guys, Big TRC back out here at the flying field. God's blessed me with another beautiful day to fly. Very little wind, nice and sunny. The only thing is it's really hot. It's about 89 to 90 degrees here today in Northeast Ohio, and I'm back out here with my EFlite Decathlon. Sadly, I've had some issues with it. I noticed about 5 or 6 flights in, I was having a little bit of fluttering right here on my aileron control surface. I started looking at it a little bit closer and believed that the servo was bad. Now, I know what you're thinking. A servo is bad from Horizon Hobby? No way, but it's possible. If you guys seen my video on the 1.3 meter Cherokee not long ago, you know what kind of a problem a bad servo will cause you. So what I ended up doing was contacting Horizon. Sent them a video of what it was doing, and they did send me another servo. Now, this was before the problem I had with the Cherokee, so it's been that long since I've got this plane back together. Now, the interesting thing is, what you guys are going to think I'm lying, but I promise you it's true. They sent me the servo, but they have no idea how this wing comes apart to actually install the servo. I contacted them via their live chat, which is a whole other video, but after about a week I didn't hear anything, and I contacted them again, and I was told that directions or a schematic for this wing does not exist. So people that are in the tech support or customer service area have no idea how the wing of this airplane goes together. So sadly, what I ended up having to do was do a little bit of exploratory cutting. And what you can see here, sort of, I'm going to set the plane down oh so gently. Right here, what you're seeing is there's 3 screws right here that are covered by the film. That's not a big deal. And they hold on this plastic plate, which actually holds the servo into place. The problem is that this right here has to be cut out. Now, this plastic piece right here, if you just cut around this film here a little bit and pry up on the glue, it pops right off. This right here, I cut around here and pop that right off. What you do have to be careful is, there is a wire that runs down through here for your marker light on the end of your wing. Now, right underneath this plastic piece, if you have to put an aileron servo in this plane, is where your aileron actually plugs in, because the lead on the servo for this plane is only about 4 inches long. Now, what you can do that I didn't do, because I didn't really know what I was getting into, if you cut along just this one edge and then just kind of peel it back, you should be able to peel it back without cutting out the whole thing. And basically you just plug your servo in, adjust your servo arm so that it lines up with your control surface pretty well, and then put the whole thing back together. I used beacon foam tack, because it's not really permanent. It holds very good, but if you have to get something back off, you can with the beacon foam tack. So that is how I fixed it, guys. I scoured the internet before doing that and could not find anything on how to fix that aileron, as far as, not doing a whole lot of cutting. So I did what I could. Anyways, I will put a short video of like what it looks like with that all apart, so you guys can see what it looks like. The lighting's not great on it. The video quality was kind of bad, but you can kind of get the gist of it. For now, I'm going to go ahead and fly this thing and see if my handiwork held up. If you guys want to see the Decathlon fly, stick around. All right, guys, you can see right here where I took the old servo out and I made my cuts, and you'll see how this flips off, and there's just like a gap in there for the servo lead. This little plastic piece right here just flips off. Once you cut it, you can peel it back real easy. You can see where the servos plug in, although it's not lighted very well, and you can see the little red and black wire for your lights. Once you've replaced your servo, you can just set it back on there, making sure you match up your paint like so. Same thing with the little plastic piece. And like I said, I used beacon foam tack on this just in case I had to take it back off again. I didn't want to use Gorilla Glue or CA or anything like that. You can see the pocket there also that the servo goes into. All right, guys, like I said, check all my controls. Everything's moving the way it's supposed to move. It's really not windy right now. You can hear those church bells ringing down there every hour. As you can see, the windsock right there, there's not a whole lot going on for wind, which is good. But it is hotter than the dickens out here, so I'm going to kind of make this quick and just check out my repair and see how this thing flies. Here we go. Right off the ground, easy as usual. And I must have got my control surfaces lined up pretty good, because I'm not really having to give it any kind of trim. I'm not doing anything fancy out here, because you know I just switched out this aileron, so I'm just testing it out. I'm sorry, servo, not aileron. You know, I don't love fixing airplanes, but unfortunately, fixing is part of flying, as you guys well know if you've been doing this any length of time. This is quickly becoming one of my more favorite planes that EFlite has made in the last few years. It's fun, it's small, easy to transport to the field. All around a good plane. Flying on a 4S 2200 on this flight. I know it seems like I'm kind of high up there, but you know, because I record with my phone, it doesn't get the greatest video. If I had a camera person like zooming in, it would probably be a lot better, but I don't, so I got to work with what I have. Little wind is picking up just a tad. It's pushing it around a little bit, but not too much. Sun is starting to get in like the worst spot of the day. Right down the runway, which is never a good thing, but that's all right. I'm gonna work around it. My little beep beep telling me the fun's almost over. I actually don't mind that breeze too much, because it's, like I said, it's hot out here. That cools you off just a little bit. Get ready to set up for my landing. And I'm gonna go ahead and go around. We're gonna count that as a touch and go. Flared it just a little bit too much, as I'm prone to do. This little plane comes in pretty hot and has no flaps, so you got to remember that. That's better. All right, guys, so the fix worked pretty good. That's pretty much all for me today. Hope you guys have a good time out there flying. Have fun. God bless you. I'll see you next time.